My survey was made and completed on the program called SurveyMonkey. It had a total of 10 questions in total to help me make my magazine to what the target audience would want. First of all, question 1. Would you prefer to read about current, well-known artists or new-coming artists to be the main feature of a magazine? The response I mainly got was 80% of people saying they would prefer well-known artists, whereas 20% said they would prefer upcoming artists. This led me to having a bit about both in my magazine. I have pages about McBusted, Kasabian, and references about Oasis, and also have included upcoming artists in Brett Moore, Stuart Wilson and B-Doob. Question 2 was what sort of questions would you like to ask the artist in an interview? The responses I got was who is your inspiration, how does it feel to be successful in life, questions about their personal life, and what made you want to come into this career, and lastly, what is your inspiration again? This shows the target audience would want to read about inspirational stories and what they are doing once they become famous, which I have included in my feature article with Brett Moore, as it mentions what his inspirations and what he's now doing once he's become famous. Question 3 was, do you feel it is important that I incorporated social networking into a magazine? The responses I got was that it was very important, or fairly important, as I received 1 vote for don't care. This shows that the majority would want social networking in the magazine, which I have done through the introduction of a hashtag at the bottom of the page and being able to win prizes on social network pages. Question 4 was what sort of question would you want the double page spread to include? The responses I got were questions about their personal career, favourite things and their music career, which was most popular responses, which I have included in my feature article, because I have talked about all these types of questions which helped me make an interesting article. Question 5 was, would you prefer to read about an American rock pop band such as Green Day or English bands such as Oasis? For this question I got a mixed response of both of them, a 50-50, which means I had to try and choose which one would be more interesting, so I tried my best to incorporate both, but I felt as I had more knowledge about English bands I did more about them. Question 6 was, where would you most likely buy a magazine from? The most common responses was the old-fashioned newsagents, followed by the internet and the supermarkets. This shows that newsagents are the place which I should sell my magazine the most. Then after this try and sell it on the internet, however this isn't the main priority. Question 7 was, what sorts of things would attract you to a magazine? The most popular response was freebies, followed by competitions, which I've included in my magazine because it has a competition throughout the magazine and has the chance to win free tickets. Question 8 was, what was your favourite part of a magazine? The response I got were articles with new artists, main images and articles with artist information, which I have included as there is many pictures throughout my magazine and I have a lot of information about new and upcoming artists in Brett Moore. Question 9 was, would you recommend a magazine to friends or family? The main response I got was maybe if the magazine was worth telling someone about, which shows if the magazine is good enough, advertisement wouldn't have to be my main priority, even though it would help sell it. Lastly, question 8 was, how would you recommend a magazine to a friend or family? The response I got was through social networking sites and word of mouth, which shows I should aim my magazine at everyone.